All right, we're going to be talking about responsive design. So let's just put a block here. Let's call this container. And this is a very typical scenario. We would have a block inside it. So let's just style this one a little bit. We're going to be setting the width to 100 pixels, height to 100 pixels. Let's add a little background color, light blue, and then some border. Let's put a little 1 pixel border, and maybe a little bit of margin just to make sure that things can appear distinctly. All right, so now we have a little block and a container, and I'm gonna clone this a few times. So as you can see, by default, it's showing like this. So it puts them below one another because this is using the block layout. So in this case, this may be what we want when we get to mobile portrait level. This is typically what happens. But when you're at the desktop, you typically want to do like a sideways layout, and this is accomplished using Flex. So we can actually set the flex, and let's do justify content, maybe space around or something like that. You can see it looks nicer already. And normally we could do wrap, etc. So this would be working fine. You can see as it's getting closer, now it's wrapping down. And this may be enough in a lot of cases, but like I said, usually there's a lot more at play here. So you typically want to get to the block layout for the container when it's mobile. So how do we do that? So let's first of all, we need to move that to a class. So that these properties we have flex wrap, justify content. So this needs to be overridden. And the only way that we can override that is through the use of a class. So first we need to move these from the inline styles to the class styles. So let's just do that. We're going to cut that. And then I'm already in the desktop right now. So I'm going to go over here. Let's call this container. We're going to be assigning a class. And now it automatically created the container rule. And now I'm going to be pasting this. So by default in the desktop, we are at flex, right? And but when we get to the mobile, and so it asks me when I click on this media, what do you want to do? You want to just move over to the media and list the rules in that media? Do you want to move the current rule that you're working on to that media, or do you want to copy that rule to the media? This is typically the option that you select when you're doing responsive design, because we're going to be copying and overriding it. Move rule is typically used if you're working on the mobile and then you move to the desktop media, and then you did not realize that you actually created the rule in the mobile, and you now need to move it to the desktop. That's to take care of that scenario. And list rules is basically like, hey, I'm fine. Just switch it. This rule should stay as is. I just want to see the rules in that media. So in this case, we're going to take copy rule because we're going to override it. So in this copied rule, now I delete the flex, and instead of the flex, I'm going to pick block. All right. And now whenever I change it, you can see, let's keep the rule. So we can close this to get rid of the warnings. And now when we get to it, you can see it just switched to block view. Even though there is enough space for flex, it switched to block view. So yeah, that's how we can do responsive design with Web Digital. Thank you very much for watching.